Okay, I heard that everyone is here, so I'm starting right now. One more minute, one more thing. There's also a chat room where you can probably write something in. I'm just going to say hello, everyone. So if you have any questions, just write it there inside. So yeah, let's begin. Okay, so we're starting with this. Today is a special webinar for our OSS. Yeah, only for you guys. So what is OSS? OSS is our online service, smart service platform. Yeah, as you can see, OSS stands for Online Smart Service. In order for it to be online, you can use different monitoring devices. For instance, Shine Wi-Fi, Shine Link, Shine Master, whichever device you prefer. And our smart platform has all sorts of features like intelligent diagnosis, alarms. You can change parameters remotely and do a lot of other maintenance work. So you don't have to be on site every time. So this is very roughly said what OSS is. Okay, so just some marketing words. OSS is very quick, easy, saves time and costs. It can be done through a phone, through your smartphone, through our app, Shine Phone app, and as I said before, you can do all kinds of things. If there's a certain issue that affects a lot of inverters, for example, in your country, you can firmware upgrade can be rolled out remotely. So you just the only thing the inverter has to do is to be online, and then we need the serial number, and then we can just upgrade the firmware through the internet. With this OSS, our Growatt service engineers can resolve up to 60% of our issues through online. This saves a lot of traveling costs for you and for us. As I said, most problems can be solved online. In Germany, we have a lot of customers that are needing to limit their inverter to 70%. So this can be easily done through our online platform, as you can see on the left side. But also all sorts of there are a lot of other different settings you can change, like reactive power, PF value. Of course, you can say you can set the internal inverter time as well. Set the grid high voltage at which voltage the inverter should shut off, or at which maximum and which minimum voltage. And on the right, you can see the remote firmware update. This page, not everyone has access to, but only Growatt service engineers. So in order to get a remote firmware upgrade, you need to contact Growatt directly, probably my colleague Zuen Zhang, and forward her the firmware number, and then we can update the firmware remotely, and this solves a lot of issues, up to 60%. Here again, what smart solutions are. We have different monitoring devices depending on which use case you have. Shine Link X is a little router where you can just connect one data logger directly. So for example, if you don't like Wi-Fi, you can use this one. But if you have Wi-Fi already, there are also different monitoring devices like the Shine Wi-Fi X, the Shine LAN X, as you can see in the name. Those devices that you can just connect through Wi-Fi or LAN or GPRS, which is very uncommon. And on the right, you can see we have different monitoring platforms. You can exit it through the Shine Phone app, where you can also see how much energy the Growatt inverters have produced, how much, what the SOC of the batteries are on your plant, and also change settings. And the Shine Phone app is a, let's say, smaller version of it, but we also have our Shine server or OSS system, depending on if you're a customer or end user, where you can see all these kind of graphs of how much you produce and such on a bigger screen. So yeah, that's that. So I think for you interesting is this one, how to register the OSS system with your company name and serial number. So first you go to oss.growatt.com, and then you will be then you will see this page. On the top right, you can choose all different kind of languages: English, German, Chinese. And then on the login screen, you will have to click on register on the top right of the white little surface. So after you click register, this window will pop up. There you can choose between if you are a distributor or installer. Obviously, most of the people who will register are installers. So yeah, you have to click on installer and then agree with the terms, agree with the company's terms. After that, you will be asked which country you are from. You have to enter a valid serial number, just because we don't want everyone to have access to our OSS. And also add your company name and your company address. If you want to, you can also enter your company website, but this is not too important. And after that, you will you have to be activated. This happens manually. It happens usually within 1 or 2 days. Sometimes if you really wanted your account activated very quickly, you probably have to write an email, because this process of activating your account is done manually. So it's actually a human in charge who will see if this account is legit or not. So after your account is activated, all the systems you have installed are in this account inside. You can add the data logger to your account, and then you can see the plant inside there. You can just you can also find it by searching different terms, like what the plant name is, what the username of the end users is, and such. So these can be seen here on this page. How to add a data logger. So you can also add a data logger to an existing system. So you can enter the customer system and change all sorts of parameters. So you have to go on the left side. You can see it's a little darker. There's these different tabs. You have to go on device list, and then there's a little button. Maybe you can see it before. Yeah, exactly. There's a little green button that's highlighted in red. You have to go up to add plant. Then you have to add the serial number of the data logger and the check code. The check code is a CC. It's just CC, and then it's usually on the back of your data logger or on the package of the data logger. So you enter these, and then the data logger is added, and you have basically access to OSS. You can see, as I mentioned before, this is the parameters you can change. So you can change. You can see this window with the different settings. You just have to click on the right side. There's a little settings icon, and if you click on that, you can change the parameters very easily. I don't know if it's still the latest, but if you want to change the parameter, you also have to add a password that's required, a key, and this key is Growatt, like Growa, and then today's date. So for today, the password would be Growatt 2022 0715. Tomorrow it would be 0716 and such. So without any dashes and dots and such. So if you ask for a password, it's usually Growatt and today's date. So you also can check the information of the inverter. So maybe the customer has a question like every day his inverter only starts at 6 a.m. and then he's complaining. Then you can check the data and see, okay, maybe the start voltage is too little, and as this way you can assure that the problem is not on your installation or on our devices, but rather on the customer not understanding solar at all, and he needs to make sure that the starting voltage is have been met in order to have the inverter working. Yeah. Furthermore, you can also add a new user. So as I said, the new user is more like an account for the end customer. So you can do this for the customer can do it also for himself, but yeah, it depends on the customer. Maybe he wants you to set it up. For it to do, you have to click on the left side on monitor manage, and then click on end user, then on this little green button with new user, set it up, choose the right server. There are different servers. You have to choose Growatt server because this is the server in Europe. The account name, so basically the username, where the user is stationed, and set a password. And yeah, this is how you set up a new user account, which is also connected to your account as well. So you can see that the user is using your account. Yeah, there's also different kind of ways. So one is you set it up. The other one is if the user goes to server.growatt.com, he can register an account to himself. He will also get the same questions like which country where he's from. He has to choose a username, choose a password, the language, an email address, and also an installer code. This installer code you have to provide it to them. So if you register as a distributor or an installer, you will have a code. The code is usually 5 characters, so 5 random characters, and this code you have to provide to the end user. So we got a lot of questions from end users who are asking for this installer code. This installer code you have to provide to them. Once you register a Growatt account, you get an installer code, and this installer code just connects end users with your account, so you can see which plans you have installed or sold. I would suggest that you would put the installer code maybe on the invoice or somewhere where the user can see it immediately. Maybe put it on the sticker, on the inverter, or on the packaging as such. Yeah, but as I said, this one, once you get it, you should provide it to the end user. And yeah, you can also change end users connection. If you want to, you can just use a different installer code. You can change the installer code later on. and then the user will be connected to your account or be not connected to your account anymore. Depends on the installer code then. Yeah, furthermore, the basic things like if you forgot the password, click on the left side, on the left tab on end user, choose end user by clicking down the checkbox, and then you can just click on the button of which says reset user password. And then you will get a pop-up message that asks if you want to really confirm resetting the password. If you click yes, the user will get a link, or I don't know if it's a link or a temporary password, then you can change the password. So warranty claim. So if someday it happens that the battery, not the battery, the inverter or the battery or any of our devices needs to be replaced or has a big error, you can just go on service hall warranty claim on the left side and click on the button on the top right that says add a warranty application. They will be asked, has very basic information, when the let's say inverter has been installed, where it has been installed, and a little false error description, so we can make sure that the device is actually faulty and not maybe wrongly installed. I would suggest before you do a warranty claim, better ask the service engineer first, contact them first, and let them confirm that the device is actually faulty before you suggest it, because otherwise we would need to ask a lot of questions. And maybe the error is very simple and can be solved remotely. So better first ask the service engineer, and if the error still persists after we are trying, you can just fill in a warranty claim form, and we will replace the machine. Here you can see which information are needed. You need to choose which customer type you are, installer, maybe a distributor, maybe just an end user. Fill in some information, contact names, username, which country and such, where the plant is installed in. Add some photos, a proof of purchase, mostly an invoice, so we can make sure this is an original Growatt device or a Growatt device that is meant for this region. Not, for example, we can only sell Growatt devices, or we can only offer service for Growatt devices that are meant for Europe. So if you're buying a device for the Chinese market that is supposed to be installed on the Chinese market, you can only you won't get, unfortunately, you won't get any service for it in Europe, because we can't offer this service to those kind of devices. Yeah. Yeah, this is, I think, the last point. When it comes to data security, it's a very big topic at the moment. So even though Growatt is a Chinese company, we take data security very serious. Our European database is located in Frankfurt, Germany, so very close to our German office, and it complies with all the latest GDPR, and yeah, it's very up to date. So if there's any users who are doubting about data security, they can be sure that it fulfills all the requirements, and it's also located in Europe, in Germany, one of the strictest country in the world. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, yeah, just let us know. I just seen the question, so sorry for that. Can you add multiple data logger to one plant? You can usually the one plant only has one data logger because it only has one output. You can use all different kinds of data loggers to your plant, but as the inverter has only one output, it can only use one data logger at a time. So you can maybe use if you want to use a Shine Link or Shine Wi-Fi X, it can be done, but it can the inverter can only use one at a time. So you can use multiple, but not only on one plant, but only one at a time. That makes sense. Any more questions? If not, I think there will be a recording of this, so you will have it later on as well. We can provide you the video file and you can distribute it to your customers. Okay, okay. I think. Wait a minute. Okay, so basically, if customers have two inverters, you can only see one per plant. It depends. You can, if he has two inverters, you can. It depends if he says, okay, you can set up one plant, and the one plant you can choose if you should add one inverter or two inverters. So if either way, if he has two inverters, he needs to have two data loggers anyways. But he can choose if he wants these two inverters to be one plant or two separate plants. If you know what I mean, you can set up plants, so you just have to add a plant and then add the data logger and the inverter in the same. So if you add the data logger, the data logger has all the informations from the inverter already, and then you can just it will be just set up there. And if you can add two data loggers onto one plant, but you can also add one plant and one data logger. So this is up to the preferences. Is ShineLAN X dongle strictly for LAN or also Wi-Fi compatible? ShineLAN X is only compatible with LAN. Shine Wi-Fi X is only compatible with Wi-Fi. So depends on what the customers needs. ShineLAN is it's only one purpose. So ShineLAN is LAN and Shine Wi-Fi is for Wi-Fi installation. So if customers have two inverters and one smart meter, if the customer one inverter is only compatible with one smart meter. So if the customers want only one smart meter but two inverters, either way, he can connect two inverters to one smart meter. He can connect one smart meter to one inverter and leave the other one just without smart meter, but you can connect two inverters to one smart meter. This is not a possibility. Shine Master and Data Logger. Yeah, you can use a smart energy meter. This can connect two inverters to one what is called smart energy meter. But this is the only way you cannot use a regular smart meter. You need to have the smart energy meter. Smart energy manager. So not a regular smart meter. Okay, thank you very much. This meeting has been recorded, so if you want to have it later on, we'll convert it and you can have it later on. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Yeah, stay healthy and bye.